Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Pumpkinlord here again, and I've come to you with another International Challenge June battle from the Masters Division. And as before, my team, Aerodactyl, Mawile, Hydreigon, Azumarill, Ferrothorn, and Rotom Heat. My opponent here is Hector. His team was Tyranitar, Amoonguss, Gyarados, and Rotom Heat. I apologize for the lack of the other two Pokemon. I actually didn't take notes for the June challenge. So, jump right into the battle here. Hector leads with his Gyarados and his Rotom Heat, while I lead with my Mawile and my Aerodactyl. Now, I'm pretty sure that the Gyarados is going to Dragon Dance here, and it does get an Intimidate off on both my physical attackers, which is never good. But my Mawile is going to go ahead and intimidate that Gyarados as well, so it doesn't really matter for the Rotom Heat. I pull back my Aerodactyl immediately on this turn, and I send in my Azumarill. For one, it's going to threaten the Rotom Heat, and also the Gyarados might, since it's water and water type, it might not be able to do too much. I Mega Evolve on this turn with my Mawile, and go straight for the Protect. And as I thought, the Gyarados does go for a Dragon Dance, boosting the attack and speed. Never something you want to see on the field, a Dragon Dancing Gyarados. It goes for another Dragon Dance on the following turn, so it's just boosting its stats so high at this point. Very scary. His Rotom Heat goes for the Will-O-Wisp on my Mawile. I predicted as much. You always wanna, get that Mawile not to hit as hard, and it is intimidated as well. I go for the Play Rough onto the Gyarados, and as I said before in my previous videos for this challenge, my Azumarill is actually not carrying Belly Drum. It's carrying Superpower instead, and it is Choice Banded, so that Play Rough being able to take out that Gyarados there. I pull back my Azumarill while they throw in their Amoonguss in the Gyarados' place. And I do send out my Aerodactyl because it does carry Skydrop, and I did know that they had the Amoonguss in the back, so the Rotom is able to get off another Will-O-Wisp onto my Aerodactyl. So this team he has here is just doing really well at nerfing my attackers here, making their attack very low. They got Intimidate off of the Gyarados, and he Will-O-Wisped my Mawile, and now I'm burned on my Aerodactyl as well. So I was pretty worried about that actually. If I get a burn on my Azumarill, then I'm just going to be like very weak. So, but I do send in my Azumarill. They go for the Protect on their Amoonguss, and I go for the Skydrop right into the Protect. So their Rotom is able to get a Thunderbolt out of my Azumarill, and it takes quite a bit of damage off. So I'm actually getting pretty worried here about this battle, and trying to think in the back of my head how I'm gonna be able, what moves I need to take to actually win. He withdraws his Amoonguss. I guess that he was not wanting to take a Skydrop from my Aerodactyl, not letting me get off that Skydrop. And I mean, I did actually go for a Skydrop on his Amoonguss, so now I'm going to be Skydropping right into their Tyranitar. My Aqua Jet priority is going to be good enough to take that Rotom down into the low red, but it is able to get a lightning bolt off and take my Azumarill out. Got the paralysis there, but it didn't really matter. But the Sandstorm, his own Sandstorm, ended up taking his Rotom out, so that was really, really good on my part. Take some burn from my Aerodactyl, and he sends back out his Amoonguss, while I go ahead and send in my Mawile. Double burned on the field here. Always scary. Go straight for the Protect on the Amoonguss, and of course, what do? I go for the Skydrop right into the Amoonguss. So yeah, he's definitely done a very good job at not allowing me to get any Skydrops off, excuse me, and protecting his Amoonguss there. I go for the Iron Head, and it does a pretty good amount of damage, even though I am burned. And interestingly enough, the Tyranitar went for the Flamethrower onto my Aerodactyl that turn. So my Aerodactyl is pretty low at this point. I was Yeah, I was sure he might have gone for that fire type move on my Mawile instead, but he opted not to. I switch out my Mawile here actually and send in my Hydreigon. I go for a Skydrop, and I'm finally able to get it off on their Amoonguss. I'm so happy that I'm actually able to finally get the Skydrop off. I know that it does pretty well amount of damage to, the Amoonguss. So I take a little bit of sand damage from my Hydreigon, and the Amoonguss is going to heal up from the Black Sludge, and funnily enough, I do faint from the burn before I can get off the Skydrop. So, wow. Pretty crazy stuff there. I send my Mawile back out, and their Tyranitar goes for a Flamethrower. I do carry Raise Mawile, so it's very bulky, so it's able to take that Flamethrower pretty well. I get the Fire Blast off on the Amoonguss, but look at the bulk. The bulk is very real. The Amoonguss survives. My Iron Head is able to take out that Tyranitar, and it is just down to his Amoonguss now. The Amoonguss gets off his Spore onto my Hydreigon, and with my Mawile burned, I was pretty scared that maybe he was going to end up maybe getting like an Amoonguss sweep here, and if he's able to keep my Hydreigon asleep, Fire Blast is known to miss, so something I was a little bit scared about. My Mawile is very low on health at this point. I know he's just going to protect. Yeah, you see there, he just protects with his Amoonguss, so I was pretty sure that was going to happen anyway, so my Mawile is a goner. So now it's just going to be down to my Hydreigon and his Amoonguss, and my Hydreigon is asleep. So I was thinking in my head, my Hydreigon has to wake up in order for me to win this battle, and if I do wake up and I miss the Fire Blast, then I'm not sure he could, potentially keep me asleep and just Giga Drain me down. As you can see, I do sleep again, and he gets the Giga Drain off. Even though it doesn't do that much damage to my Hydreigon, I was still pretty worried. But the dice roll in my favor. I do wake up, and my Fire Blast does connect with the Amoonguss, and with the Specs, it is able to take out that plant type. Scary, scary mushroom. It was a lot of fun. It was one of my favorite battles that I had in the June Wi-Fi challenge. And I will bring you guys some more battle videos. From the Houston Regionals, more from the 2 Premier Challenges that were the 2 previous days, and more from the Wi-Fi challenges as always. So stay tuned, and Pumpkinlord out.